What is up, everybody? Good morning and welcome back to Marvel Rivals. Continuing on with the symbiote theme this morning, we are going to take a look at none other than Necros. We're going to look at more of a pop-off game today. I know we try and pick things that are a little bit more, even you get a little bit of the good and the bad of certain characters, but I just kind of had a hankering to watch some Spider-Man pop off, do some good stuff, and go crazy. The other thing I kind of want to draw attention to is that he is playing against Cringe Alarm in this game, so this will be a little bit cool in that regard. Is going to be playing defense here first, it looks like, but I know Spider-Man usually have some trouble against Penny, especially trying to get people if the backline is playing against that, or playing in those spider mines, so seeing what he does to combat that. Gets a nice opener initially, not able to get any kills out of it though. oh no, I'm so sorry. They do lose two people early as well, so he's just going to have to back right up, get some verticality here, and wait for the enemy to round this corner here. Just not going to be able to do a whole lot. Doesn't want to engage and die, so I like the choice to just kind of sit here and wait for his opportunity. Gets a beautiful KO on the Hawkeye there. Almost able to take out the Mantis. Luckily not going to get sleeped in that situation. And he's going for the people that are not in that spider mine proximity or anything like that. Gets a beautiful drive-by on the Winter Soldier here. And Basong is actually one of a very, very good player too. So if you want to see some good gameplay, you can also head over to his profile. I believe it's on public as well. And does a couple beautiful bunny hops there to get both in and out. And it does feel like Necros has definitely switched his playstyle from just kind of pub stomping, noobs to getting some more consistent damage, getting some more pressure on backliners that need it. And then I think he is thinking about an ult here. Unfortunately, he is going to get stunned. So that was unfortunate. That could have been really good, and I think he maybe could have waited just a second longer to wait for that shield to fall off. But hey, we are still going right back in. Still a very, very winnable game. The enemy team is going to refresh the clock here, put 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. And he's just going to have to wait for his team because the Jeff and the Mantis do stagger pretty heavily on the back end of that fight. Cringe Alarm doing a good job of actually getting on height and trying to put some pressure on the enemy team as opposed to just playing on the point. Gets a beautiful engage and then bunny hop out. And we do see this Bucky, so going to try and CC him, try and get the one shot on him. He lives with an absolute sliver of health. Web whipping to safety. And this is where I'm interested to see how Necros plays. He can't step on a whole lot of these webs unless he just kills the Penny there. So that could definitely work as well. Venom going in. We just need to be hitting these shots, and I like this flank going around the back right as Adam Warlock reses, is able to catch that Winter Soldier out. And now we're just hitting, I think, whoever we can at the moment because that Mantis ult is popped. Lots of shielding on everybody. Gets knocked away by the Hawkeye, but persists and is able to clean up that kill. And there we go. We've already held the enemy for about a minute and a half on this point. Doing much more consistent damage, much more consistent in and out than I've seen Spider-Man do in the past. I feel like it's always kind of the situation where Spider-Man's on the enemy team, they're absolute demons, and when they're on your team, they're absolute bots. So definitely interesting to see. Gets a beautiful ult here in the middle of everybody. Unfortunately, CC'd a little bit out of it by that Penny Parker, but his team is able to follow up on some of that damage. And we could run down this Mantis in the back line. And there we go. And just out of curiosity, what are we looking at on damage? I mean, he is top damage in the on his team at the very least, which is definitely interesting. I guess he's the only DPS, so maybe he's playing that way because he's the only DPS. But I have seen situations where this is the case, that Spider-Man is the only DPS, the enemy team just kind of walks over you because you don't have any return damage, no pressure. All of your damage is effectively just building enemy team healer ults. So definitely interesting to see a different style of gameplay as opposed to pub stomping people that are just standing alone in the backline, Gets a nice engage on the Adam Warlock here. dashing past this Penny. And I do like how aggressive Cringe Alarm plays too on Penny. I'll definitely be spectating him a little bit more after the other day. And he's just going to get worked by this Star-Lord. Star-Lord doesn't need to aim. He just has to be near you, which is a little bit unfortunate. But minute 40 on the clock. Enemy is about halfway to that second point. Gets a nice swing out of spawn. You can tell he's done this before. Beautiful bunny hop to get back to point. I mean, the speed that some of these people are learning how to get back to point is honestly some of the most impressive, part of their gameplay. Speed that Cringe Alarm is able to get back to point. Different Venom players are able to get back to point. That's a huge part of the game. Makes a huge difference. Gets a nice jump over that Magneto ult with lots and lots of style points. And there we go. I think we're looking for that ult. Get both the healers there with the help of Venom. Take out the Star-Lord, and his team is just going to clean up from there. And Adam Warlock ult is popped there too, along with Mantis, Magneto, Bucky, and Luna actually on the enemy team. So they do waste a lot of ults. I mean, I guess it is kind of a 6-for-6 almost ult trade, but I think it obviously went much better for his team. They're popping a lot of those defensive ults in situations that it was, I don't know. You're already taking a lot of damage. I don't know if you can survive that. Without fear, jumps into that Penny nest over there. I think he was only able to do that because there's other people around. Those mines are preoccupied to some degree. Tries to pull the Thing, is not able to do that. I didn't actually know that Thing was resistant to that, so that was kind of cool. Gives that spiderweb a yank, and Thing says, absolutely not. I'm staying right here. Unfortunately, don't have the consistent damage to take out the Thing as he charges headlong into the team there, but we are doing a good job of farming ult. Get out of the way of Magneto ult, is almost taken out by it, but whips to that health pack. And now we can do some more consistent damage with that Invisible Woman ult being popped on his team. Swinging right up, and I think we're now just kind of looking for the ult, looking to get on this Bucky. For this whole game, he has really been just going for the healers. He has just been doing a lot of good backline damage, but a lot of mixed frontline damage as well, as he is that only DPS. Seeing some Jeff bubbles back here on spawn. Don't remember how many ults or how many of those bubbles Jeff can have out at the same time. I thought it was something crazy like 15, but that might be the number for the Penny mines. He's going to struggle a little bit here, just getting knocked around by the Thing, just popping around. Luna ult's going to keep her team pretty safe, so he's just going to opt to kill this Mantis in the backline. Hopefully he gets the KO, but turns around the Penny. Oh my god, he needs to get out. And this Penny is keeping up with the Spider-Man, which is so interesting. That he's actually able to do that. It just will not leave him alone. That is a little bit nuts. And now we really need a pick on one of these healers. Invisible Woman ults for the second time here. Already farming her ult back. And we just need this KO on the Mantis. Not going to be able to get these one-shots like we've seen before. And his team is going to be looking to get aced here. But him and Venom are holding it down on that point. So, I don't know. This is definitely still possible if his team gets back soon enough. Tries to get the touch here, stopping it at just about 4 meters as Luna ults. And there we go. We take out both healers. Doctor Strange portal still coming out, though, so the enemy team is going to have a pretty direct pathway to get back to the point. And switching to that 4-tank, 2-healer comp. So, going to be very tanky. But without those healers, they are going to fall pretty quickly. So, beautiful save, going for that touch, making sure that he can get that that stall time for the Luna. And we are going to look to get over onto offense and make stuff happen. And now Venom almost has a one-shot too. So, if you're a Venom player, definitely start playing Venom this season. He is incredibly good. And he sees those mines there on the ground, I think, so he doesn't want to go into that. Opts to still go for the Bucky there and try and get the one shot on him. and actually gets the, I thought he was going for the spider beacon there, but actually ends up killing the cloak and dagger. So that's a win, I guess. We'll take that, right? We'll take it. I do like that people are able to name their, their profiles something kind of goofy in this game. I don't know, like Spring Roll Poppy is just a hilarious name. I don't know. W name. And I don't know what we're doing on this flank right here, what we're trying to do. The enemy team switching over to that 3 tank composition again. 3 tank, 3 healers, getting that Jeff damage. But Invisible Woman going to be able to hopefully keep her team alive pretty reliably. Quickly dodging that Magneto ult. Venom getting a nice 1-tap on both the healers. All 3 healers are actually going to go down to Venom. And with the help of that Doctor Strange, they're able to take out the rest, get the nice 6-4-0, and look to crawl up as well and play a little bit more space. Spawn should have flipped here, so Mantis is going to be in a different spot than the rest of her team. Some beautiful follow-up damage there, and knows this Luna is backing up, so I like this this decision to kind of go back and just walk around the enemy team, waste a little bit of their time as his team is on, has 2 or 3 on cart as they're running back, and he is keeping Penny busy back here, which I think is definitely a win. Mantis and Penny now trying to 2-man and keep him in check. Able to get a nice B-hop back into the team. Unfortunately gets swallowed after all of that okie doking. Jeff should not be able to do a whole lot here. And we're just going to follow Jeff here. I don't know what we're doing, where we're taking these people, but I guess we do get the kill off of it, so it doesn't really matter, but I think that Jeff could have just let those people go sooner. And a beautiful backline ult as well. Takes Luna low. Should be able to finish her off here. But his team is going to clean up with everyone looking around, trying to get back on him. It's just so fun to watch good Spider-Mans. I don't know. There's something about it. Good Venoms, good Spider-Mans, all this, the mobility, the really high, kind of fast-paced gameplay. It's very, very entertaining. I love it. Trying to get some follow-up damage on Cringe Alarm here, but he's going to be kept pretty healthy. I don't know what Jeff is doing over on that side over there. And this is going to be that final push for the win. Gets a beautiful pull on the Penny with the bunny hop and pulls her max range. Gets her very, very out of line of sight of her healers. Jeff gonna ult, but not gonna be able to take the Luna as she is unstoppable. And there we go. We get the dub with a 2-1 score at the end, just nearing that 2nd point. So, yeah, I know. Obviously, I mean, dominant performance from the best Spider-Man. Who would have thought? Yeah, if there's any characters you guys want to see next, any people specifically you want me to spectate, I'm happy to do that. I'm looking for an Iron Man spectating video at the moment, so that should be coming out shortly. But hopefully we're going to get back to our normal schedule. Didn't have any upload speed for the last week or so, so I couldn't even get anything posted. But we are going to be back with the regular scheduled programming. Like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.